over the past few weeks, Annabel Croft's been showing us the best of Yorkshire in her very own camper van, the Annabel.
Yeah, she's been to the coast and the countryside, but today she's reaching her final destination as she visits the wonderful city of York.
From the sandy beaches to rolling hills, Yorkshire has scenic views everywhere you turn. And I've been lucky enough to experience both the coast and the countryside.
But today, on my final stop, I'm heading to the medieval city of York.
Before I begin exploring, I'm starting the day at Flaxton Meadows campsite to get some tips on how to spend the day.
We've got the back walls of York, which is amazing to walk around.
Yeah. Shambles. You've got to go to the Shambles because it is brilliant.
Oh, I think you meant it was all a shambles.
Yeah, no, it's all, just down there. It is the perfect place for like Diagon Alley. You know, so that's where they said that the Harry Potter books were set. Definitely want to be queuing up at Betty's to get a table there to sample the best that there is to have.
Clifford's Tower, very pretty at this time of the year. All the daffodils up the cliffside and around the outside, lovely.
York Minster's a fantastic place to go. It's 8 miles from Flaxton Meadows.
As it's that close, I guess I'll make it my first stop.
I mean, it's almost like it's not real. It's so magnificent. Everywhere you look, there's some detail.
The Gothic-style cathedral was first built in the 7th century and has Britain's richest collection of stained glass.
Here's a fun fact for you. The Great East Window is actually larger than a tennis court and the biggest stretch of medieval glazing in existence.
The impressive structure and history of the cathedral makes it popular with tourists far and wide. But it's not the only thing that draws tourists to York.
Hello, lovely to see you.
Few visitors to the city fail to visit Betty's Tea Room. The mouth-watering cakes and refreshing teas have made it world famous.
This is something like going to the museums and the art galleries. You've got to come and have afternoon tea at Betty's. But we're also so popular with locals. We've been doing business since 1919, founded by a Swiss immigrant who just loved chocolate and wanted to delight people. During the Second World War, we stayed open all through rationing, managed to feed the community, feed the local RAF airmen, and we gave one of our vans to become an ambulance during the war.
And I understand York's really famous for its chocolate.
We're known as Chocolate City because we have the Rowntree's factory, which is now Nestlé, Terry's factory, creators of the Terry's Chocolate Orange. George Cadbury served his apprenticeship here in this city. And of course, our founder, Frederick Belmont, was a Swiss chocolatier, and that was why he was attracted to this city to open a branch here.
So the chocolate at Betty's is really special.
Oh, very. We use Falcon Swiss chocolate, the highest quality.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Right, time for me to walk off some of that cake and head to my final stop. Clifford Tower offers panoramic views over York and is steeped in history. And Dr. Mark Douglas from English Heritage is on hand to explain more.
The castle itself was first established in 1068 by William the Conqueror. William came north, built a tower, established his power in York, moved back down the south. There was a revolt, he came back again, he built another one, he built another castle on this side of the river, so now we have 2 castles in York, but this one's the most important.
And the tower is all that remains of a much larger castle, isn't it?
Yeah, much larger castle that was built around the tower itself. The tower just forms one little tiny part of it. The whole thing was basically demolished in the 18th century.
And it had many uses, didn't it?
It was a royal mint, it was royal residence in fact at one point, and at most times it was a garrison, and then eventually it became, like I say, just a decorative feature in the middle of a garden, and then after that, the 1850s, in the middle of a prison, a huge prison.
And of course you get a lot of visitors here as well.
It's one of the biggest visitor sites in the country, certainly the biggest visitor site in the north of England.
What a small but mighty city. It's been the perfect place to round off my trip.
I have had the most incredible time here in Yorkshire, and I think it's time now to start planning my next Annabel adventure. But for now, I'm heading home.